Good afternoon, StreamYard and Yolts. Today, I'm having preliminaries for my first race, which is not going to be this Friday because me and Chris are going to be doing part 2 of our practice session on Saturday evening. I think he said around 8, but the time might vary. Video content is meant for adults only. This is not to be kid-friendly or family-friendly. That is my StreamYard link if you would like to be live with me today. And this coming Friday, heavyweights Ali and Ezra Charles will be going 15 rounds. Excuse me, I had a phone call, but Ali and Ezra Charles will be going 15 rounds. I asked Rob to be Ali, but I haven't heard anything back from him. If I have to be both fighters, that's fine. That's no big problem. But yeah, I'm hoping I don't have to be. But if I have to, I'll make a go of it. That's no problem. I've got my TV fighters for my first race, and my first race, of course, I'm biased on this, but my first race is going to be at Kentucky Speedway, and I had to be biased on this because I'm from Kentucky. That's about an hour away from me, and this particular card has +1 for People's Escape, and repair, it says NC. No, oh, okay. Repair meaning no change, I guess. Okay. So, yeah. So I was going to roll to see how many. First of all, I was going to roll to see how many TV drivers I had for this race. And we will have 6 TV drivers. And I'm going to kind of do what Rob does. And basically, I'm going to roll a dice. And I'll use the black dice for this. And he kind of rolls a dice. And he goes to the number after whatever's rolled. And that's that'll be the first TV driver. I've already shuffled, as you can see, I've already shuffled my drivers there, and I've mixed last season's TV drivers in with the 2 sets that I have, which is the 2000 set and the current 2019 set. So with that in mind, we are going to see who our 6 TV drivers are. And our first roll is a 3. So and that's Jamie McMurray. And as Rob has said, even though it has bronze here, he will be considered gold. All right. 3 more. Our second driver is Mike Skinner. Two on this roll for our third one. Jerry Nadeau will be our third TV driver. So we get rid of one. Our fourth one will be Kevin Harvick. All right, let's see. Count out five for our fifth one. And that will be Jeremy Mayfield, and that's actually not bad because Jeremy Mayfield is a native of is from Kentucky, so that's pretty much a nice thing that he gets that. And our last TV driver is for our last one will be Bill Elliott. Okay. So we can put away our TV driver cards. And one of the things, when I first read this, it says roll, 2 dice for, the TV race outcome for the week. And let's see, where's that at? See here. Oh, it does say that. I missed that. Okay. All right. So I have to Okay, let's check and see where these guys go on the track. And I will roll for placement of these 6 drivers. Okay, for Jamie McMurray, we get a 26. It says hot week in hot laps, placement A plus performance chip. In place A, that means Jamie McMurray will get the pole position. And he will get a performance chip. That's a fine how do you do. Gets lucky. Okay, Mike Skinner. It's a 31 on the TV chart there, and that will be minor altercation with next drawn TV driver during qualifying, both drivers placement C. And that says trophy driver gains blue die position. And they are both trophy drivers. So Skinner will get the first position drawn, and that is let's see here. What is Group 3? Oh, okay. Jesus. Oh, I read that wrong. That's not 31. It's 13 because the one is red first and not the white. I thought it was reading white first, but you read the red first. So 13 is wrecks during qualifying, placement D. Trophy driver placed in bubble stack. Non-trophy driver fails to qualify, so Skinner is the first one on the bubble stack. And that gives us to Jeremy Nadeau. And that is a 43. 43 says engine trouble during qualifying. Placement D. Trophy driver placed in bubble stack. So we got our second one on the bubble stack. Okay, Kevin Harvick. We've got a 66 TV Event X. So we will roll again. And that will be a 12. Charity Event Appearance Placement C. Okay. Trophy driver. Placement C. It says trophy driver gains blue die position in middle group. And then the middle group, that's 2. And so he will get the first position in group 2 in the middle group. So Kevin Harvick is right there, and that's 10th place. Jeremy Mayfield. And we are looking at a roll 65 TV interview. So, and that is a 53. Out there on the track, we kept at it pretty good. There were some things we could have done different, but there always is. Placement C. Trophy driver gains blue die position in middle group, and he is a trophy driver. And that would be 5, which means he will be racing 16th, which is right there. And our last TV driver, Bill Elliott, and that is 66 as well. And that is a TV Event X. And that will be 36. Appearance on daytime TV talk show. Placement C. Trophy driver, yes, he is. Position, blue die position in middle group, and that is 4, which means he will be in 14th place. Okay. Right. And let's see. Switch to the white cards. And I want to see, let me see. 40. See here. Okay. So I'm gonna do the same kind of thing where I just roll one dice and count out 5 cards. And that's gives us Jeremy Nadeau, but he is in the bubble stack, so we can't not use him. So we'll use the next driver, and that will be Matt Kenseth. And let's see what the race week guide has for Matt Kenseth. It's 56. Hot week in laps, placement B, plus performance chip. Gold driver, placement A. He is A, but that looks like it's a that looks like it's not a gold driver, so that's part of it. Is so placement B for Matt Kenseth. Says trophy driver gains blue die position in top group, and that is a 5. So that means Kenseth is in 6th place, but he also gets a performance chip. Right? Okay. Okay, take away 2. 1, 2. Our next driver is Quinn. I don't even know how to pronounce that, but I'm saying Hoef. And that's a 31. says minor altercation with next driver drawn, both during qualifying, both drivers placement C. So who's the next driver drawn? That is 60. Oh, I'm sorry. That's 5. Our next driver drawn is Eric Amarillia. Okay. And it says placement C. Which says here the trophy driver gains blue die position in middle group. And Eric Amarillia is a gold, whereas Quinn Huff is bronze. So we give it to Amarillia, and that means he is in 17th position. And I have to make a notation here because we'll have to put these drivers as feuding drivers. Okay. Okay, and Quinn Huff, he's in the middle group, 6. That means he is in 18th place. Okay. Let's get rid of 2 more. And next driver is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. See what his placement chart has to say. And that is a 33 TV Event X, which is a 55. TV Event Y, which is a 63. Serious altercation with other driver during race week. Both drivers placement B. Okay. So I guess we'll have to do that with the next driver chosen. So we'll get rid of 3 cards. That's a blank. Blank. And that's John Andretti. Placement B. And that will put John Andretti in the bottom group. He's our first driver in the bottom group. And he will have the blue die. Ricky Stenhouse will have the blue die position in the top group, which is the third position, which means he is fourth. And we have to add let's see, we have to add Ricky Stenhouse and John Andretti to our feuding drivers. Okay. All right. And we'll remove 3 more cards. And that next card is Carl Edwards. And that's a 45 on the TV Week events there. And that is TV interview. So we'll roll for TV interview. And that's 54, which is I feel bad for sponsor. They always been very supportive, and we just let them down this week. So that means placement D. It says trophy driver placed in bubble stack, and he is a trophy driver. So that's our third driver in the bubble stack. Now our next driver, count out 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Our next driver is Austin Dillon. We rolled a 41. Driver praises sponsor in TV segment placement C. And he is a trophy driver. It says trophy driver gets blue die position in middle group, which is a 3. So he is in 12th place. Count out 2 more cards. Our next driver is Paul Menard. And he's got a 15 for TV Week. He's got a TV interview. Oh, that does not count because it didn't go in the box. That's a 50. It's 53. Out there on the track, we kept it pretty good. There were some things we could have done different, but there always is. So placement C. Blue die position, which is 1. So he is in 8th place. $25. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's wrong. Count out 5 cards first. So our next driver is Rusty Wallace. Now we'll use 25 for his race week result, which is a TV interview, which is a 62. It says, we do this for the fans, and I feel like we kind of let the fans down with what we did this week, but we'll be back. Placement D. Trophy driver, and he is placed on the bubble stack. $23. All right, 23 is oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. That's 3 first. Take away 3 cards. And Garrett Smithley is the next driver. Now it's 23. And that is engine trouble during qualifying, placement D. And he is a trophy driver, so he is also placed on the bubble stack. Let's take away 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next driver is Glenn P. This is our first YRL driver in the race. And he's got a 15 for TV chart, which is TV interview. Let's see how his interview turns out. And he's got a 24. Sponsor has given us a great car, a great crew. We had a great week. Now we just got to go out and execute. And that's placement B. And he gets, because he's not a trophy driver, he gets the next position in the bottom group, which means he will come after John Andretti. Or, no, that means he'll be in front of John Andretti. I'm sorry. He'll be in front of John Andretti. Okay. Okay. We'll take away 1 driver. And our next driver will be Mike Skinner he's already a TV driver, and he's already on the bubble. Yep, he's already on the bubble, so it'll be the next driver. which is Steve Park. And he rolled a 56. Hot week in hot laps, and he is not a gold driver, so he does get a performance chip, and he gets placement B, and he will be in the bottom group, which means because he's in the bottom group cannot have a chip. I already know that because it says so in the rules. So Steve Parks, because he's in the bottom group, loses his performance chip, and he will be put in front of Glenn P. And that goes to our, we will count out one more, and our next driver is Jeff Burton. Oh, Jeb, not Jeff, Jeb Burton. And he rolled a 31. Minor altercation with next drawn TV driver during qualifying. Both drivers placement C. But we've already drawn our TV drivers, so I guess he will just get placement C. And he is a trophy driver, which means he'll be in the second position for the middle group, which means he will be in 11th place. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Count out 6. Oh. Count out 6 cards. Our next racer is Ricky Rudd. He rolled a 46. Hot week in laps. And he is silver, which means he gets placement A. And that means he will be, says position 5 in the top group, but there is already somebody at position 5. So we are going to give him the next position. And that will be position 6. Count out 2 more cards. Oh. Count out 2 more cards. And that is Jeff Burton. and that is 16. It says Hot Week in laps, placement A plus performance chip. And that is a bronze. He will get the third position in the top group, but there is already somebody at position 3. So he will get the fourth position in the top group. So and we will count out 2 more cards. Our next driver is Clint Boyer, and he is a silver trophy person. And his roll was a 32. Team cohesion during race week, placement A plus performance chip. And he's a silver driver. And that position is 6. And he's in the top group, so 6 is already filled. So unfortunately, I guess the next best thing to do, and this sounds really weird, but the next available position in the top group is 3. So third place, which is up from what he should be, which is 6. So we're going to give him the third position. I mean, that only makes sense if it's saying that he should get the next, he should be in the top group, and I only had second and third place available, so he gets third place. Count out 2 more cards. And our next driver will be Ryan Newman. And he gets 54 for race week. Positive fan interaction this week. Placement C. He is a gold driver. Gains blue die position, which is 3, which means he will be in 13th place. Count out 4 cards. Our next driver is David L. That is our second YRL driver. David gets a 16. Hot weeks and laps, placement A plus performance chip. And that says because he doesn't have a trophy, he gets the 6th position in the middle group, and that means he's in 19th place. So David L. gets 19th place. We count out 3 cards. And our next driver is Chase Elliott. And let's see what he gets for race week. He gets a 41. Gets a 41. So that says driver praises sponsor in TV segment placement C. He gets the blue die position in the middle group, which is one, which means he gets the 9th position. Let's see. We will count out 6 cards. And William Byron is our next driver. And he gets a 53. And 53 on the race week. Tire problems during qualifying, placement D. Trophy driver placed on bubble stack. Non-trophy driver is out of the race. All right. So count out 3 cards. Our next driver is Dave Reagan, and that is a bronze trophy driver. And that is 62 for him. And that will be sanctions issued for minor rules violation, placement D. Placed in bubble stack. That's bubble stack. Okay, we got 3 more cards. Our next driver will be Bubba Wallace, who is a bronze driver. And he gets 52. New sponsor for this race, extra publicity, placement C. And there is only 1 position in the middle group, which is where it says he goes. So he will get that, and that is 15th place. So there's only 1 position left, and it is in the top group. Count out 4 cards. And our next driver is OG. He's got a 65. He's got a TV interview. It's 15. The fans were out today, and I was just feeding off them. Turned out to be a great day for our sponsor. Placement A, well, it says blue die position in middle group, but there's only the one position left. Okay, so there's only one position left, and that is in the top group. And so by default, I'm going to give him the second place. So that is our 19 drivers. And let's see how many we got. We got 3 on the bottom. I was looking to see if it says on here how many drivers, but I'm assuming 7. That would give us 26. And that would give us only 29. And I think basically what happens is there are 43 racers per race. So that gives us 29. And all I need to do now is roll for 14 more drivers. And all I'm going to do is count out, keep rolling until we get to 14 drivers. And they'll just go on the bottom of the stack until we get all we need. Count out 3. And that means Scott Howard will be our 30th driver. We're at 30, so we got 13 more to go. Timmy Hill. Count out 1. Cody Ware. Count out another 1. Darla. Then Chris, which means, let's see, for you, Chris, that is 31, 32, 33, 34. You will be in 34th position. One, 2, 3, 4. Michael Waltrip is behind you. down. So these are all. So I will have to shuffle up the deck, and the top guy will be our next driver. And that will be Dale Earnhardt Jr. Let's see, that's $15, $15, 19. $36 and $36. We've got 7 more drivers to go. Our next one will be Robbie Gordon. Dave Blaney. So that gives us 5 more to go. Brendan Hoffman. Got 4 more to go. Denny Hamlin. 3 to go. We cannot. Jamie McMurray has already been picked. So that brings Casey Mears. Means we got 2 drivers. Dale Jarrett. And our last driver will be Clint Boyer. And he's already in the race, so it will not be Clint Boyer. Our last driver will be Ty Dillon. Okay. And I got to rearrange these. Right. So these will be the 43 drivers, and I will have to write all my information down as who the drivers are and where they start. I'm going to be using Kentucky Speedway, and rather than using 40 laps, I'm only going to use 24. I will use pit stops on laps 7 and 17, like it says in the kind of in the rules. And I have two sets of feuding players. We have Erica Almirola and Quinn Hof, and Ricky Steinhaus and John Andretti as our two feuding groups. So when we have fuming and feuding, those will be the two groups of the feuders. And this race will be run not this Friday, but next Friday. I have a doctor's appointment at 10:45. So after I get back from my doctor's appointment and after lunch, I will have this race going, and it is going to should be very good. And like I said, it's at Kentucky Speedway, 24 laps. I do plan on having using Rob's pedal to the metal rules, and I will see you Friday for Ali versus Ezra Charles, and of course that's at 8 o'clock. And I might be on earlier because I have the day off Friday, but I don't know if I'm going to do a baseball or probably I might do a middleweight, and I said middleweight bout tomorrow, which would also be a 15-round bout. So that's all I have right now is just the preliminaries for my first race, and I haven't watched all of the fourth race yet, so I don't know who wins. I do know that I do know where I started in the fourth race. I do know that I moved up once in the race, but other than that, I don't know who won. And I'm looking forward to watching that fourth race after I eat dinner tonight. So please don't give me any spoilers. And I hope I did a okay job here rolling everything out, Chris. I'm sure you will have some better pointers for me in that, but and I'm looking forward to hearing that. And I have read the books, both books, and I have watched AFR, and I've watched Rob, and I watched your race week as far as setting up a game, and that I do need to watch the other ones of yours, but I'm trying to study and learn everything. Like I said, one of the things, it's like when I was originally rolling, I was rolling the steel metallic dice, but it's like, okay, how am I supposed to figure out which dice comes first? Because if you roll, say this like 6-3, does the 3 comes first or the 6? And then I saw it's